Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm just looking out for people coming into the waiting room, so I'll keep letting them in. So the session today is we are staying with the gut in Beyond Meditation. I know that there are a few people that are new here. Beyond Meditation is a practice that I received, which is all about having us be in attunement with our innate vibration as humans. And our innate vibration as being in being human is love, and it's an amplifying vibration. So love isn't outside of us, it isn't inside of us. We are love as humans, and it is an amplifying vibrational frequency. The soul being that is choosing to express itself through this human form gets to a state where it starts to feel confined because of the limitations of the human form. And the Beyond Meditation practice actually releases that conflict, and the soul being starts to acknowledge the human form for its vibrational frequency of amplifications. So the soul itself can freely express itself, knowing that the vibrational frequency of love will amplify its presence. And its only reason for being in this human form is to amass a whole series of experiences, and from that surmise various learnings that it takes with it as it moves on. So this deep-seated conflict gets released, and it gets released in such a way that the soul acknowledges itself as a human, receives itself as a human, and accepts itself as a human. And in doing so, the soul itself is an unadulterated vibrational frequency of the creator. It is really the essence of the creator. So that vibrational frequency, when it acknowledges itself as a human, receives itself as a human, and accepts itself as a human, it starts to uplift the human form. So we've done a whole series of these sessions, and we went from understanding the human vibe attunement itself to learning from what the soul is through the autobiography of the soul. And then we went on to learn about the human form, and now we've started doing a series of sessions which are all about up-leveling the human form. And we've been working with organs, and now we started doing the work with different systems. So today our focus still remains on the gut, and we are still in that ascended colon area. And that ascended colon, we're just right at the top of it, where it's about to turn. It hasn't turned yet, but it's just about to turn into the transverse colon. We are in that particular region today. That region is a really important one. It is the one that connects to the liver and the gallbladder. Even if you have had a gallbladder surgery, even if you removed any organ whatsoever, the energetic signature of that remains in our body. And, whilst we are unaware of it, the energetic signature that remains in our body is of the time when that organ was deceased. And what we have been doing through this human vibe up-leveling sessions is returning each of the organs to their originating intent. So even if your gallbladder is removed, like in my case it is, I'm able to get the originating intent of the gallbladder. So right in the center of the liver is the originating intent of the gallbladder. Even though the gallbladder itself is not there, it gives a huge amount of release and relief to the liver itself, because it really does depend on the gallbladder to temper the amount of bile that is released. So today we are focusing on that section of the colon which provides the nutrients to the liver. The liver as an organ, and we've actually done a whole human vibe attunement session on the liver. The liver itself is the one that processes fat. It gets hampered by deep-seated anger. So sometimes when you do a liver cleanse and all these stones come out. I remember this amazing, I call her Earth Angel, that taught me all about organ cleanses. She would often say, these are all anger stones that are coming out. Because what happens is any little speck that goes into the liver wraps it up in fat just so that it doesn't harm our body in any way. And then when there is too much of it, the liver actually becomes fatty and it's heavy. Now, another reason why we have the fatty liver is the liver dumps its excrement. The liver dumps its excrement into the colon. Now, what prevents it from doing that is if our transverse colon is bunged up. Liver is very aware of the fact that the colon itself needs to be lined properly, and it requires to be clear so that when it does dump its fat into it, it can actually be released. So if there is a blockage, the liver holds back the fat, because fat in itself, a little bit of it is fine, but too much of it can be toxic. Now, when the liver is affected by, like deep-seated anger that we are not able to release, kidneys are also impacted by anger, but kidneys are anger which is related to hopelessness and helplessness. Liver is the anger that we harbor against people, against stuff that has happened to us that we haven't expressed. Liver is the one that harbors that anger. It's a slightly different vibration of anger. And that weakens the liver. It is also an organ that regenerates very fast and really well, liver as an organ, unlike the pancreas that don't regenerate that easily. The liver does. So what we're doing today is we're really going to, first of all, as always, I'm just going to tune in and just guide you to using your own internal waters to clean up the colon. And we'll focus our attention very specifically in that region where the colon feeds the nourishment to the liver. Now, for the liver section to actually be clear, we need to do a little bit of work on the transverse colon, which we will do. But the transverse colon itself is such a collection of links to so many organs. The organ that we will work on today a little bit is the stomach. That's the one that is right next to the liver, but it is definitely in the transverse colon. Transverse colon also is the one that actually provides nutrition to the brain. So today we will do a little bit of clearing of the transverse colon so that as the liver starts to become healthier, it can actually release whatever it's holding into the colon, and it can pass through the colon. I never expected to be sharing all this kind of information in Beyond Meditation, and it's choosing to come through, so here it is. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to have my eyes open for most of this session. It's closed right now. So imagine that the base of your spine is connected to the core of the earth. The middle of your feet are connected to the core of the earth. The connection to the core of the earth is done through a golden cord. Just drop your hands on either side, your palms facing forward. Stretch your fingers a little bit. Allow the tips of your fingers to connect to the core of the earth. They're all connected with a golden cord. The golden cord has the frequency of precious metal gold. And today I was guided to wear these amber earrings. There is a presence of amber. It's a type of resin, a very special resin that preserves fossilized beings. It actually is a resin which also acts like a crystal, amber. And amber as a crystal neutralizes any past life traumas that may be lodged in the colon. Past life traumas that we are born with often come with anger. So there is like a very, originating weakness in the liver that exists. So many incidents of children developing hepatitis soon after birth. That's just because the liver is a little bit compromised. It's very tender and delicate because of some of the past life trauma stuff, which in the form of anger is hampering the liver. So amber is being added to the golden cord today. It's being added to the golden cord so that it can actually neutralize any past life distress that may be held in the liver in the form of old fatty stones, fat-laden stones. You can put your palms on top of your thighs. Your palms are facing upwards. In the middle of your left palm is the frequency of a crystal called malachite. It's a crystal that comes from Africa. It's green with some very beautiful Fibonacci spirals on it. It's an earthing stone and also a stone that very readily captures the spirit of nature. So the vibration of nature, which is the vibration of okayness, is we are holding it in our left hand. On our right hand is the presence of mother of pearl. It's the inside of an oyster shell, which has got that beautiful lining of pearlesque lining on it. The mother of pearl energy is an energy that enables us to open our crown chakra and connect to the wisdom of the cosmos. Just presencing the energy of all of these beautiful beings that are supporting you in this journey of providing that lost nourishment to the liver so it starts to feel comfortable in releasing what it has been holding on to. Start scanning your body from the top of your crown all the way down to the base of your feet. Do it in concentric circles. The front of your forehead, the back of your head. The front of your nose, the middle of your head. The front of your lips, the top of your neck, the front of your chin, the back of the base of your neck. The front of your shoulders, the back of your upper shoulders. The front of your chest, the back of your upper back, the front of your waist, the back of your middle spine. And you draw the circle and the scanning automatically is taking place. It's like, there's you've got a device. The moment the circle is drawn, it goes scan. And in the scanning, it's releasing any energies that are in excess, any energies that no longer belong, any energies that are meant to be released into the core of the earth. You go to the front of your abdomen, the back of your lower back. Scan everything in between, the front of your hips, the back of your buttocks, the top of your thighs, the back of your thighs, the front of your knees, the back of your knees, the front of your shin, the back of your calf muscles, the top of your ankles, the base of your feet, the top of your feet, the base of your feet, the top of your toes, the base of your toes, the tips of your toes. Just take 4 or 5 breaths as you notice a powerful release of any energies that no longer serve you. Any excess energy buildups, they're all being released into the core of the earth. Go to the top of your bicep and draw a concentric circle like a spring going all the way down to the tips of your fingers. And then release. Big exhale. Release. We're going to require all the help we can. So we're going to do the 9-4-6 breath now. And the 9-4-6 breath, we will very specifically intention it to align our mind brain, our heart brain, and our gut brain. We will also intention it in such a way that it opens up all the 13 chakras. So the chakras start to spin perfectly. And in the chakra spinning perfectly, there's a life force that starts to move up and down. Okay, here we go. We begin with a 9-4-6 breath. You breathe in to the count of 9, you hold to the count of 4, and you breathe out to the count of 6. So let's begin with breathe in 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Focus your attention into your heart. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. And breathe out gratitude and peace. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace. Breathe in as you're taking the breath in this time. You're going to breathe in and imagine the breath is going all the way up towards your third eye. And from there, it is traveling across your crown, down your neck. And it's going down the center of your spine, all the way down to your tailbone. And then when you breathe out, you take the air out, up the spine, and you're breathing out as if the air is coming out of your heart. So breathe in up your third eye. across the crown, down to the tailbone, through your spine. Breathe out, release the air through the heart. Breathe in. Breathe out through the heart. Breathe in. Breathe out through the heart. Breathe in. Breathe out through the heart. You're releasing a lot of energies. In case you feel like yawning, it's fine. It's a lot of energy that has shifted in taking that breath in from your third eye, across the crown, down your spine to the tailbone, breathing out of your heart. You're now going to keep that connection of the breath going down your spine. So you're going to take a breath in this time, down your spine. And as you're breathing out, you're going to take the breath all the way up to your vocal cords. And you're going to breathe out still through your nose, but as if the air is coming out of your throat. There's some blockages in the throat chakras in this circle. I'm seeing. Okay. Okay. The breath is now all set. You're focusing our attention on the colon. Take a deep breath in, and this time imagine the breath is going down your digestive canal all the way down to your colon. The small intestine joins the colon, and you're breathing out. Just regular breath through the nose, but the breath is traveling through the colon. Okay. And just using your own internal organs, your own internal water, and just running through and hydrating the colon with your own internal water. You can just keep breathing in and out, softly and gently. And remember, we've lined the inside of your colon with a light. It's a pearlesque white light mixed with gold for healing. I'm guided to bring into it a fluorescent magenta light. That fluorescent magenta light is being placed in the section of the colon that connects to the kidneys. And that fluorescent magenta hue is traveling up your colon, going all the way towards your liver, which is the top of the ascended colon, just where it turns into the transverse colon. And we are now allowing that magenta light to extend a little into the first half of the transverse colon. Now that is the section where the liver joins the colon there. And that is where it dumps whatever it wishes to excrete out. And it also pulls in the nourishment from there. So when you do a colon cleanse, sometimes they have you do a coffee enema. And the coffee enema is really meant for purging the liver. So how does that occur? It's because the colon connects to the liver very directly. We are going a little bit into the transverse colon, the first leg of it. And I'm guided to focus on the stomach region. And I'm guided to put in a very specific color of a yellow light. And the yellow light is working on the lining of the stomach. It's working on the lining of the stomach. The lining of the stomach sometimes gets hardened. It gets hardened when we allow excess acidity to build up, when we haven't chewed our carbohydrates properly. And also when we have teas and coffees on empty stomach without any fat in it, or without any protein in it. Having tea with milk has protein in it, does not affect the lining of the stomach. Black tea, black coffee does. Just allowing that light to work through, the magenta light and that yellow light in the stomach. And just allowing that to work through. There's a lot of blockage and sometimes some growths as well that I'm picking up, where the liver is supposedly connects to the large intestine. So we're just using the light as a way of breaking that down so that that region could become clear. Now we are able to move the yellow and the magenta light into the top half of your transverse colon. And we're just doing a very quick light flash, if you like. And it's going all the way across the transverse colon, down your descending colon, all the way down to your rectum. Just so that the impacted stuff that is in the walls of the colon that might be affecting the flow is cleared out. The walls of the colon haven't been worked on yet in the transverse colon region, but we've certainly cleared the passage. Now you take a breath in and imagine as if the breath is going into your liver. Your liver is on your right-hand side, just below the rib cage. That's where the liver is. If you want, you can put your right hand there. You can also put your left hand towards your heart. So as you're breathing in love, kindness, and compassion, it's going into the liver. And the liver that has been holding on any anger blobs starts to receive that love, kindness, and compassion. Supports it to release. The first thing we are doing is our focus is not a release this time. The release will happen automatically. Our focus right now with the Beyond Meditation Human Vibe Attunement is to allow the liver to receive and absorb the nourishments, the nutrients. If liver was a being, it's a very serious being. It takes its work very seriously. It ensures that the anger is wrapped in fat so that any excess toxicity or acid does not harm your internal organs. Sometimes inadvertently, as we walk around and there are pollutants or particles of sand or anything like that in the air that we might breathe in, they usually go into the liver, and the liver wraps them up in fat so they can very softly and gently, without damaging anything, be released. Okay, you can relax your hands if you like. You're now experiencing a flush of golden light. And it's a very cool golden light. It's a cooling effect. And it's going from the base of your feet, traveling all the way up your crown and out of your crown in the form of a big torus-like structure. It's like a donut. It's as if this golden light is going in through your center and it's coming out in the form of a big, large donut. You're surrounded by this golden light and it is moving. It's like a spirograph movement of these torus-like energies, which accentuate the healing. If the human vibe is all about love, which is an amplifying frequency, by making ourselves in the center of this torus-like energetic movement, we amplify it even further, whilst allowing ourselves to remain rooted and grounded, connected to the core of the earth. You may experience some dreams, and some of them may feel very vivid. The liver is ready to literally digest away, absorb and release any old triggers of anger that it was holding in the form of fat globules. So as the physical stuff is shifted, the emotional stuff may show up in the form of dreams, may show up in the form of a buildup of emotion. But remember, if it is showing up and it doesn't feel comfortable, just notice it and it will dissipate. It's showing up only to be released out of your field. We are up-leveling the vibration right now with the human vibe attunement. So that will make it easier. Some of the past life stuff does not make any sense at all, and it's quite gory and gruesome. And some of the stuff from this lifetime has its own energy signatures which don't feel comfortable. So just allow all of that to be released. You will be experiencing an inner peace of mind. We've done the work on the dental cavity. It'll play a very big role in supporting that release of the emotional triggers. And it's going to really play a big role in an empowering, illuminating way. It will not experience the distress. Distress will be experienced only by the mind element. And that also can be released, knowing that it has come up only to be released, out of your field, out of your orbit. Okay. Take your left hand over your navel and take your right hand just over your solar plexus. Look, the solar plexus is further accentuating this yellow light, supporting the transverse colon as it is starting to receive this stored fat, which is actually quite toxic. So we are supporting the colon so that it does not get impacted by it, and the fat can actually be excreted out through the normal channels. Normal channels in this case would be your regular release of stool, but it's also going to be the skin. So it could be through sweat. Your ears may be crackling right now. It's okay. Your back may want to be stretched. Your feet may want to be stretched. Stretch them out. Okay, we're doing the human vibe attunement, and we're going to make the declaration. The declaration is being made first by the human, then by the soul, and then by the three together. The three together, I mean the human form, the soul, and our creator. We have the presence of our creator in our midst, right here, right now. So let's begin. This is your human form. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. The soul being now. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Breathe in 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Give yourselves permission to allow the release from the liver, keeping themselves protected from any excess toxicity. Give your liver the permission to get into the human vibe attunement as it does its releasing. Receive the magenta light into the liver, the yellow light into the stomach. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion into your liver. Breathe out gratitude and peace as it comes out of your heart. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace. Some of you may just have gone to sleep already. Some of you will be getting ready to go to sleep. Others will be feeling super energized. Wherever you're at, honor the call of your body. In the next 10 to 30 minutes, you will return to vibrant vitality and experience the presence of absolute brilliance. Take your hands in front of your heart, rub them against each other. Put them over your eyes, open your eyes, and then take them on top of your head, the back of your head, on either side of your neck, down your shoulders, and do an energy sweep and blood. The human vibe attunement is complete. So if you have another appointment, you can go. And we always love to anchor the one word that you're present to. So please share that in the chat and I will just read it aloud. Thank you. Radiance. Have a wonderful day and evening, everyone. Thank you, David and Eileen. Feeling refreshed and energized. Powerful and tingling, yes. Peace. Full moon peace, yes. Aliveness, energized. Thank you. Feeling lighter and especially grateful. Thank you. Connection, peace and calm. Healed. Clear. Yeah. Jill and Mary, you do so much work with the colon. Thank you. It's always difficult to end this call, and I'm going to complete on it. So thank you so much. Thank you.